Sit at the bar and swing till that moon rolls. My shorty had a Jeep and I bring it just to see you.
Welcome back to the Vibe Check with MVP Vibe. Make sure you download the app. It's available on your phone right now, and you can watch your favorite interviews every week. My name is Shadia. I get to interview your favorite MVP Vibe artists. This week, I'm so excited. I get to interview Deshaun. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, how are you doing?
I'm very good.
And thank you also to True North for having us here.
Yes,
and,
thank you.
It's where we do our interview. It's here in San Antonio, best hype shop in San Antonio. Have you been here before?
No, I hadn't.
And you're so stylish with your Comme des Garçons shirt, and look at your. Let me see. Show them the shoes.
Thank you. You want to put them up on the table? I'll put them up on the table. These are just light and we chilling.
Very stylish. I love it.
Thank
I love
you.
it.
I appreciate it.
Who's your fashion icon?
My mom, probably.
Ooh, she probably is always on point.
I mean, even when she was like, mixing the Payless up, she was killing it.
She was killing it.
So, even back then, so it's like.
Man, Payless is gone now.
I'm dating myself, right? I guess it is gone. But yeah, no, I mean, even back then, killing it, putting me and my little brother in all kind of, all kind of different stuff.
I love it. You got some cute kid pictures and
your
stylish
and all
clothes.
Kind of, Tommy Polo, all Nike,
love.
Penny Hardaway's phone pause, everything.
So I'm really excited to get to know you.
Really, I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. So it's Virgo season.
Virgo season, yes.
Tell us what Virgo season is.
Virgo season is the best time of the year.
The best time of the year,
in my opinion, I'd say. My birthday is August 29th. My man Deshaun J's birthday is August 28th. We just collabed on the tape together with both Virgos. We spent a weekend just hanging out and about 4 or 5 hours in the studio and came out with those 5 songs, and that's really just how it happened.
And that's your most recent project?
Yeah, that's the most recent project we have out.
How many songs?
5.
5 songs?
5 songs. 3 together, 2 apart.
Okay. So tell me about the songs that y'all worked on together.
There's Braille, there's Stunt Double, and then there's Internet. And really, I had ideas for all the songs before he came, for the most part. I had listened to a lot of the beats before he got to the studio. And then when he got to the studio, I just kind of showed him what I had and, my ideas for it. And then we kind of recorded, and I mixed, mastered it all, and we got it sounding the way it sounded, and that was it. The producers loved it, too, so we put it out just like that. We want to do something for our birthdays.
Like that.
3,
I love
4
it.
hours, yeah.
So you're working on music constantly?
Every day.
Really?
Every day. Yeah, with family, kids, everything still.
You write your own music?
Yeah, write for the most part, produce, mix, master, everything.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Doing it all?
Yes, ma'am.
So when did your passion for music start?
When I was 6 or
wow.
7. Yeah, my dad was an R&B singer. He sang in an R&B group, and he directed the choir. So he did a whole lot of musical stuff. He had people over at the house and stuff, mix mastering him in the studio. And
did you
I
ever
would be
do a
there.
collab with Dad?
He's a genius, and I don't think the music that I make is to the caliber of the kind of stuff that he works on and does. So no, I highly doubt it. The way that we make music and stuff in 2021 is not really what what I'm saying. A writer from the '90s would probably prefer. But I'd love to. But I'm sure
he'll be taking over. He'll be
no, God,
we're not doing it like that.
I'm sure he would have it real different. But yeah, that's really when I started sitting in the studio with my dad and other artists, singers.
You're young.
And yeah, exactly. And then he kind of make me do stuff too. Record this, turn that up, turn it down, sit there, pay attention. You know what I mean? Make sure the mics are hot. Go mic check in the booth, and I just started to love it. Next thing you know, by the time I was 11 or 12, I think I was 12. I recorded my whole first mixtape. It was 17 songs. Yeah.
12 years old?
Yeah, he was so proud too.
Oh my God, that is the sweetest ever. Do you still have that?
But you'll never hear it.
Why not? I was about to say, you need to hear it.
I won't let you hear music from last year. I'll if it didn't come out.
Do you hold on to a lot of songs?
Yeah, I'll send it to maybe my friends, my close friends.
Okay.
How
do I become a close friend?
You would have to meet me 10, 15 years ago. You need a time machine and Marty McFly, I'll tell you that much. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that you do hold on to some songs and some music from your past because it's so personal,
Some stuff is just a release. It doesn't need to be released. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff.
Love that. That's awesome.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you know, they don't put out like film of all the greats like practicing all the time. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
They put out the last
The
second
creme de
shot.
la
And
creme.
yeah, exactly. The beautiful stuff, the primetime stuff.
Yeah.
So no, I don't be trying to put out, you know, just me putting up shots in the gym. I don't want y'all to see that.
Okay. So what do we have for the rest of the year from you?
Sincerely, Deshaun too.
Okay.
Got another tape coming. I got a whole mixtape coming. Not just 5 songs, I promise. Because I know a lot of people's like 5 songs. Like that was just 5 songs. Like you know, y'all, what? Like and it was like, oh Jesus. Like I thought y'all would be happy, but now it's like I'm gonna drop a mixtape. Probably I won't put I'll probably put a song like 15, 17 songs. I want to give I have a lot of unreleased music. I'll probably have 50, 60 unreleased songs on my phone.
Okay.
So I wanna give a big amount of songs, like quality songs, before the year is up, and then I'm gonna drop an album in the first quarter of next year sometime, and that'll be the more polished, like 12, 10 songs, like, and it'll be something to be called Crown. I'm gonna be follow up to my last album, King. So,
Oh wow. So your last album, King, this one that's coming is Crown, and we still have more music coming up at the end of the year. You really are working.
Oh yeah.
Make sure you guys are following Deshaun on MVP Vibe on the app. Download the app so you can keep up with all these songs that are coming out, and you can watch the videos too. Let's talk about that video that you did with you had these strippers, and they were doing these like acrobatic moves, like
Professional dancers.
well, professional dancers, you're right. So I'm from Miami, where that's like, you know, it's like
Art. Culture.
It's art.
Culture, yeah.
And it's like, yes, girl, like do it.
Yes,
like
yes.
and that's what it looks like in your video. It looks so good.
Thank you.
It looks like, what? This is
thank you.
incredible.
Thank you. We had a beautiful opportunity to go to the actual instruction class and meet the instructors who teach the pole dancing, like, you know, art. And we got to hang out with some of the best that night, and they showed us what they had been working on in the facilities, and we got to, you know, shoot the whole video in the facilities with them. And
That's awesome. It looks so good.
I told them, I was like, really, like, the director already knows this. This is really going to be y'all's video featuring a couple little cuts of me to kind of remind people that I'm singing a song. Because a lot of people watch the video and they was like, was you in the video? Like, I don't even remember seeing you in the video. And it's like, I'm in the video, but nobody cares. They did such a great job. Like
They really did.
It was a
Such
great
a great
opportunity.
job.
Like I said, I'll never forget that.
Shouts out to those ladies.
Yeah, shouts out to them. Shouts out to them for real.
Yeah, they're strong.
I'm saying some of the guys that was with us, and you know, they was trying to, you know, I won't tell you which of the guys, but some of the guys was trying to like see if they could get up on the pole, like, you know what I'm saying, like, because them ladies was making it look like they was flying, they was floating,
Effortless.
And I seen some of the guys try to get up on the pole jump right now, couldn't even hold themselves up 3-4 seconds, couldn't spin around the thing, couldn't.
Yeah, the strength that they have, like,
the discipline,
so much
the
respect.
body work, and then they be in heels, like they. I be blown away. Like I said, I won't watch nobody rap because I could rap, right? But I watch basketball because I can't play basketball. You know what I'm saying? So I will watch them dance for hours and hours because I could never imagine that I'd be able to dance like that. I make the music that they dance to, but I want to dance with them.
I love that. So we're gonna play Connect 4.
I'm excited.
And you've played before?
In life, yes.
Okay, cool. So Connect 4 here on the Vibe Check. These are my pieces that we'll be using. These are yours.
Okay.
These are my questions. These questions are from the MVP Vibe team and MVP Vibe fans. So we will put them on here where these collection of beautiful shoes are. And we'll get started.
Okay.
Okay, you go first.
All right, let's do it. If there was a movie about your life, which actor would play you? John David Washington. I've already thought about it. John David Washington. Not because we look anything alike or have anything in common, but he's Denzel Washington's son, so it couldn't be Denzel Washington. I'm not an old man yet. Like, clearly a young man. If anything were to happen to me, God forbid, John David
Maybe
Washington.
we can go into the future and then it'd be Denzel.
Right, maybe, right? Like if they do a flash forward scene,
Yeah.
he had to get the passion. Like,
Yeah.
I needed. And it had to be like a black man. Like, it's not like it could be like Tom Cruise or something. That's my guy, but it can't be Tom Cruise being me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or Robert Downey Jr. But do I put this up here?
Yeah,
now?
put
Let's
it
see.
up there.
So yeah, I definitely John David Washington.
Love it.
Tenet and all kind of good movies.
What is your dream project? Now, it could be music, it could be not music, it could be a project that you want to do in the future. It's like the biggest dream project you could think of.
Really, when I was a kid, there's a game called Tony Hawk Project 8. If they remake, no, I'm just kidding. But probably to work with Tyler the Creator or Party Next Door. I really like those guys.
Yeah.
And I don't be making music like they make music, so I feel like they will push me to be in a different sort of like space. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I feel like that would be a dream project to have a album or mixtape executive produced by either of those guys, or even a little EP. Because like I said, I love their music.
Yeah.
Even though my music is probably not too synonymous to either of theirs, but I feel like they pull me into their world, and like the mesh would be amazing. Or Boy Wonder, like Drake's producer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, even him. Like, you know, I just feel like that would be nice.
That would be great.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Go ahead.
My turn again. Let's do it. What message do you have for local artists on the come up?
I like this question because it's something that you've lived through,
Sure.
you know, and what can you say from your perspective?
I say don't let nobody like change your mind. Even, you know, if you're making music and all that, like you're in the driver's seat essentially. Like you can't really let the field affect like what you're doing. Like, cause I can't think of too many artists that like locally that my music sounds like at all. Mm-hmm. But I don't let that discourage me from continuing to do me. Like it doesn't make me feel like, oh, because I don't sound like maybe a more successful or prominent artist that locally that I should change my own sound. That would be the best advice I have. Unless it's not good. Like if it's not good, hopefully somebody's telling you and trying to help you. But if it's good, if you believe it in your heart, like don't let nobody change your minds. Yeah, because nobody can change my minds.
Yeah.
Nobody, not the producers. Not. I mean, I usually am the producer. I am the engineer. I do master the music. So it's like no one's really there to change my mind. So that's
You're from San Antonio, right?
Born and raised.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
What side of town are you from?
The east side.
Okay.
And I grew up in Converse.
Nice.
Yes, ma'am. Are you from San Antonio?
I'm not, but I do live on the east side now.
Where at?
In
No, don't say that over here. I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's crazy. We're not having a candid conversation. We're on camera. We're about to release your address and everything. That's crazy. We should not do that.
But I do love San Antonio so much.
I love San Antonio so much. I agree with you.
Yes.
I'll never leave.
What is one song people would be surprised that you know by heart?
That's a good question. Probably a lot of songs. I don't know, probably a lot of like more rock and things like that.
Yeah.
Like, or like the Beatles songs, people would be surprised. Like we'll be in like, you know, the mall or something, and then all of a sudden like the Beatles will start playing.
Yeah.
And then I'll start singing it like under my breath, and they'll be like, "You know this song?" And it's like,
Because you're from San Antonio, you're listening to Kono growing up.
I was listening to everything growing up, being from San Antonio. So it's like so much culture. So it's like probably something like that. Or I'd say, you know what? It kills the homies. Like if some Rihanna or something comes on, or like some Beyonce, like, and then I really just get to singing it, like, full voice, like singing it. They'd be like, "Dog, you know this song?" And I'd be like, "Not only I know the ad libs, I know the runs, I know each part
Yes.
of the song." Like, that blows them away.
Love it.
I don't even listen to rap like at the crib like that. Like
Yeah.
not too much. I try not to
You listen to everything.
sound like one thing. You know what I mean? You just start to only take influence from that. So I try to listen to everything and try to like take influence from a whole bunch of different stuff.
Love it.
Thank
So you sing too?
I wouldn't even disrespect singers and say that I sing. I know how to get in the studio and make it sound like I can sing a little bit, but
Okay.
I wouldn't sing for y'all right now, like, cause it's I can't make it sound the way I make myself sound in the studio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'll sing if the music's turned all the way up in the car and the windows is down and all you can hear is the wind and the music. I sing for you then, yeah. But no, I'm not no singer.
All right.
No.
Well, go ahead.
My turn again. Let's do it. What would you like remembered about you? Probably my character more than anything. I try to let my character bleed through the music a lot. Even with just talking about like my values and the way I handle situations and things like that in music, I'd like for people to really remember that. Like, remember the points that I stood on, the principles and values that I had, because I feel like a lot of people these days, like, and I don't mean to shoot at people, but they don't really stand on anything or stand for anything. Like, it's like, you know, they're so easily swayed. Somebody disagree with them, and then it's like, oh, you're right. Like, it's, no, you're not right. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stand on what I said, the way that I feel. So that's what I'd like to be remembered for. Really, just always standing on my points, standing on my values, believing.
I love it.
Let's put this up here.
Okay.
It looks like I'm losing, but
we're just getting started.
honest, I'm not.
What is your motto or the advice that you live by?
Big crown energy.
Big crown energy.
Big crown energy. Keep it royal. Stay royal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my crown's too big to do certain things, to react certain ways in certain situations.
For sure.
Speak to certain people, to, you know, get into certain, you know, quarrels and things like that. Like, it's big crown energy. I'm not a prince. I'm a king. You know
I
what
love
mean?
it. Yeah.
I think I'm getting the hang of this. Right, it's my turn again.
Yeah.
How would you describe your sound?
How would you describe your sound?
Futuristic. That'd probably be my favorite word to use to describe it, like adjective. I just feel like I try to take a whole bunch of different ideas, things that I like, that other artists do, the music like that I learned and seen in music, and try to like give my spin and my take on it for the most part. Like, and that makes my sound kind of unique, I'd say, or at least people tell me. Futuristic, I'd like to say, because it's not trap, it's not like hip hop specifically. It surely isn't R&B. I would never disrespect any R&B singers or songstresses or crooners like that, because like what I do is not that. Like, I try to combine like the grittiness of hip hop and maybe the emotion of R&B, and then meet like, I won't even say in the middle, but maybe like 60-40 more on the rap side.
Okay.
And give like 40% of the melody that like R&B would give. So
Yeah.
I guess like, you know, like that, some kind of futuristic R&B trap or something crazy. I don't know.
I really love the respect that you have for R&B.
I love R&B music. The reason I even fell in love with music was the Alicia Keys, Diary of Alicia Keys album,
Yeah.
believe it or not. Like, my dad had played me a whole bunch of Big, a whole bunch of Pac, a whole bunch of Jadakiss and the Lox, and all kind of like Beanie Siegel and all these hard crack selling rappers like Jay-Z. Yeah, right. Like, we all love that stuff. And it's like, none of it really did it for me. Like, until I heard You Don't Know My Name on Alicia Keys' album.
Yeah.
And I just never forget, like, asking my dad, like, yo, man, who produced this song? I was in, like, the second grade, I think, when that came out. And I'm like, who produced this song? He's like, dude, Kanye West produced this song. And I'm like, who's Kanye? He's like, the dude who produced H to the Izzo. You know him. You like him, blah, blah, blah. And then Kanye West started to come out with music shortly after that. And then I was immersed. Like, that's exactly how it happened for me, though. I heard You Don't Know My Name. I found out Kanye produced it. My dad showed me Def Jam Poetry, like Kanye with the 2 polos on and the backpack and Jesus Peace and all that, before he was even a rapper. And he rapped Gold Digger. Early, he rapped it at Def Jam Poetry, no beat or nothing. Like, I fell in love with the music. Like, after that, I was like, I bought an MPC. Like, I had an MPC. Yeah. When I was in like the 5th grade, I was chopping samples.
You were inspired.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's so awesome.
It got crazy. I fell in love.
And it sounds like your parents were like really there for it. Like.
Yeah, and it was kind of easy. My dad had a lot of that equipment at the house already, so it's not like he had to.
I still hear You Don't Know My Name, and I'm like, you know, we're gonna
that
sing
album, like Diary, like it's a bunch of songs on there that like are near and dear to my heart that made me make music. That the feelings that it evoked in me as a kid, like I try to evoke those same emotions. Like, even though I'm rapping, right, I don't have a beautiful voice like Alicia Keys, right? Like, I can't sit at the piano and give y'all that, but I could try to write it and then like give you my emotion through the way I make it sound, so that you get that same feeling. Because it's a certain kind of feeling that you feel like in this area, like you feel, dang, like she's really singing this, you know. But anyway, yeah, I go on for hours and hours.
I love it. I love it. Okay, what is your favorite thing to do on your free time when you're not doing music? It looks like I'm about to win.
Yeah, I figured that. When I'm not doing music, what do I like to do? That's weird because I'm always thinking about music. And I'd say something cliche. Probably just hang out with the fam. Like I'm a time guy. Like people like ask like, you know, what's the word? What's your love language? Like, and for me, it's like really like time.
Quality
like for
time.
those moments like mean more than gifts and you know all kind of nice stuff and stuff like that. Just hanging out like with my son and wifey and just being posted like that makes like. I don't know, it just kind of makes the sound, like being a musician or like an artist, or I'd say even a creative in general, you always hear like in your head, like it's always something going on. Like I hear a metronome all day. Like if I be in the studio too long and then I go talk to people, I will hear reverb and auto tune on their voice. Like without them, like it's just, I just like being a creative, you just always think like about what you're passionate about. But it's like when I'm with like the fam, like when we're just watching, like I don't know, the lady like some kind of YouTube vlogs that
You're
she
just
be
hanging
watching.
out.
I don't even be paying attention, but I be in bliss. Like I don't
I
hear
love it.
no metronome,
Yeah.
no keyboard sounds, no 808s.
Just peace.
Yeah, that's what I like to do.
Love it.
Hang out with them. Let's see. If you could go open up for any artist, dead or alive, who would it be? That's a good question. I'd probably say, who would it be? Like I don't
You're
even
on
know.
tour
Yeah,
with this
I'm on
person.
tour with this. We get to have a good time.
Yeah.
Man, I love so many artists, so I don't even know like who I'd have the most fun with in my head. Cause I've been in situations where I've met people that I loved, like their music and the things I thought I knew about them, and then I met them, and then things like took a turn.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've been making music for a long time, so I've got to places where I got to like meet people that I was passionate about, and so I'd say, again, I'd probably say something cliche. I wish I could have been on those Young Money tours in like 2008,
Yes.
2007, when it was like Lil Chucky and Gutta Gutta and Lil Twiz, and everybody was running around like with young Drake, young Nicki, like young Wayne, even like when Wayne was on top of the world. Like I feel like those were some of the most legendary nights that anybody has ever seen in their life. I won't let you leave me that easily.
Well, you don't have to put them back anymore.
Okay, but still. Just so that when they see it, like it's like he wasn't even paying attention. Like, he was just answering the questions. She went straight down on him.
All good. Okay. Do you have any celebrity crushes at the moment?
I don't know. I'm never the person to have a celebrity crush.
Really?
Because like again, like I said, you don't like in being in music, you never be too many people far away from these people. So it's like you may know somebody who knows somebody who knows that person. So it's like that's a real crush.
Yeah.
Like that, you know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like I don't be having real crushes like that. No way. If I did have to have a celebrity crush, it would be Beyonce. Like since I was a little bitty boy, like I mean, I'm telling you, like I think like when I was like 11 or 10 or something like that, my dad took my what did I have, a PSP, because I downloaded Beyonce swimsuit Sports Illustrated swimsuit like 2006 edition, like on the PDF of the magazine on my phone, like, or you know whatever he took. But yeah, I'm talking about Beyonce since a little bitty boy.
That's great.
Can't beat it. Can't beat it.
I love the story.
She's the GOAT. Oh yeah. So many stories about Beyonce, right? Is it on me again? Who is someone that has influenced you but they don't know it? Kanye West, probably. I mean, he'll never meet me or anything. I mean, he might meet me one day, but
yeah.
I mean, yeah, he inspired me. Like I said, he produced You Don't Know My Name, and that literally catapulted me into and a never-ending wormhole of samples and making my own beats, and how he did it and remaking that beat, finding the sample and trying to chop it up on my MPC, and literally like, yeah, that did it for me. That old stuff, like, not to say the new stuff's not good, but it's just not, you know, it's not the same as it was, but
it was incredibly inspiring.
Incredibly inspired. I would run home from the bus.
Yeah.
Not to like watch TV, to play the game, I wanted to chop up old 80s samples like real loud.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was encouraged. Yeah, it was encouraged. It kept me out of a lot of trouble. Even a lot of my friends that were like, you know, getting into stuff like in the streets and all that, they'd be like, you know, go home and make beats, bruh.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't try to come play like that. Like, you know, you need to make music.
Yeah.
Dog. Like, that's what we're depending on you for. Like, stay in the studio. So, like I said, making music just kept me out of so much trouble.
I love that he was your inspo. I love Kanye so much. All right.
He's my guy.
What do you love most about music?
I always say that going into the studio, sitting down with absolutely nothing, computer completely blank, phone completely blank, and leaving with something tangible, like that somebody could feel and understand. That is that feeling of literally having nothing, like starting with absolutely nothing and creating everything from scratch, like from zero, and then coming back, like leaving the studio with something. Yeah. That's my favorite part of making music, like
the creation.
Yeah, exactly. Literally the whole process of like making up your mind, like even putting the metronome on whatever tempo you're gonna put it on to start.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love all that.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
All right.
Let's see. What's an instrument you've always wanted to pick up and learn how to play? The saxophone. I would have played it in the 6th grade, but I couldn't get I didn't get the saxophone I got didn't have the neck piece.
Okay.
Like, it didn't have the piece. I had a saxophone, but it didn't have the neck piece.
And you never got it?
By that point, by the time like my dad said that this music store or whatever like would have it, it would be 3-4 months like into the 6th grade year, and I was like, I don't even care. I'm gonna go play football or something.
Do you play any other instrument?
I play piano a little, like not enough to like say I'm a pianist or anything, but enough to make my beats, like enough to
I consider beat makers and soundboards an instrument. So.
Right, I can play an MPC, right? I
right?
chop up some samples and hit some drums.
It's an instrument.
Yeah, you're right.
What's the perfect pizza to order? This is all a random question.
That's a good question. I like that question.
Yeah.
Perfect pizza really
to order.
It just depends on where you are. It depends on where you are. If you're at like a real Italian restaurant, like you know they got the brick oven and all that, right? Like if you're at the real Italian restaurant, I'd probably say the white sauce pizza with the chicken, with the grilled chicken on it, like almost like a chicken Alfredo pizza or whatever. I'd say from a real Italian place, you can't get better than that.
Yeah.
I mean, or unless just the original pepperoni and cheese, like. You know, like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and all that. You know what I mean? Like the regular pepperoni and cheese. You know, you don't get no better than that.
Yes.
Who's the GOAT of the last decade of Jay-Z? The last whatever decade. There's no other question. He's the greatest rapper to ever stand in front of a mic.
Jay-Z.
Yeah, come on now. That's GOAT.
He does one take
and
that's it?
Come on. I don't believe in that. Do more than one take. If you take any advice from me, I know he said a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, he said a whole bunch of stuff on that Black Album DVD that ruined people.
Yeah.
Like he was like, I don't even be thinking about it. I just go in there and say what. Don't do that. Think about it. Sit down. Cause y'all aren't Jay-Z. Like y'all, you know, I'm not gonna cuss, but y'all be getting in there. And it don't be coming out like the Black Album. It don't be coming out, you know what I'm saying? Like Blueprint 1, 2, and 3. Y'all gotta sit down with a pen and paper. Y'all see Eminem, he be having dinner table, napkins and all that. Do like him. Don't be like, he lied to y'all. It's not cool for y'all to go in there. Cause like I said, like even if I do that, I'm gonna go back in and I'm gonna change part. Like you can't just do that. Like think harder about you care more about it than just
100%.
one take. Jay-Z was already the best rapper in the world when that was how he had sold millions and millions and millions of copies. Don't do that. Please take my advice. That's my advice for local art. To answer the third question again. But that's my advice for the local artists on the please do more than one take.
For sure.
Jesus, please.
That's hilarious. Okay, this is your last question. But if you could perform anywhere in the world, where would it be? It could be anywhere. You could be, you know, in another country. It could be here in San Antonio, in one of the stadiums here?
I don't know. Probably that. Probably like AT&T Center, right? Growing up right around the corner from like, you know, the Coca-Cola plant and all that, driving past it and all that. It would be crazy to see like my name up there. Like, you know, I done seen a bunch of people in there, but it would be way different to see my name up there. But if not, there's this video, like after DMX passed, rest in peace to the dead, but there's this video after he passed, they showed this highlight of him in, now, you know, of course I'm not gonna remember right now, but they showed this highlight of him somewhere. And
I think it was Glastonbury Festival.
You know what I'm talking about? Where it's all them people, like I'm talking about.
The whole world was there.
The whole world. It looked like Pangea or something.
I think
like
it's the biggest music festival in the world.
Ever. Ever. Like, and he was there. I mean, just, you know, muscle shirt on. You know what I'm saying? Cargos on. Like on his gangster. Like I would love to.
That is legendary. Like footage of him.
And they all knew the songs too. Like, they, you know, screaming it out. You know what I'm saying? So. I'd love to be in a situation like that, or I don't know, it's probably an old concert that already happened. Like if I could get in a time machine and go back to something.
Yeah.
I don't know, probably go.
All right, I'll add a bonus question just because we're talking about tours and stuff.
Okay, come on.
But what would your tour name be?
The first one, like if we went on tour today.
Yeah.
It'd probably be called like. The royal something. The royal, I probably have to use some type of alliteration. Yeah, the Royal Renaissance or something.
Ooh, I love that.
Renaissance tour.
Royal Renaissance
tour. Homies be running around. We take all the you know, all the letters out, the AEIOUs out like we do with everything. So it'd be RYL, you know, RNSSNCE, Royal Renaissance. We'd be like, what the hell does that mean? What does that even mean? I want to go. Yeah, you know I mean? Like, so yeah, that's what we do. Yeah, a bunch of crowns everywhere. You know, that's exactly what we do. A bunch of gold stuff.
Yeah, I could totally see it.
Yes, ma'am.
Deshaun, it's been so great getting to know you.
I appreciate it.
And I appreciate you stopping by the Vibe Check.
Thank you.
Make sure y'all follow Deshaun on MVP Vibe on the app. Download it. Follow him so you can keep up with all the great music coming out.
Yeah.
Yes. And thank y'all for watching the Vibe Check.
We sit at the bar and swing till that moon rolls. My shawty had a Jeep and I bring it just to see you. It was supposed to be us.